A sales system. Do you have one? Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa, and I'm a marketing strategist. And this is Kai, who's a business coach. And we are talking about sales systems because this is critical to your business. If you're watching us live, hashtag live, or if you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. But this is what we do all day, every day, really. Right, Kai, is help
Yeah.
people to figure this process out.
Yeah.
And you might be feeling some of the symptoms, like you're having to hustle and run around all the time to get your leads. You might have fluctuating, like lots of leads, or you might have no leads and you feel like you're on this awful roller coaster ride. And those are all symptoms that your sales system either isn't already in place or isn't working. So I'm going to let Kai take it away from here.
Yeah. And, I think one of the things that I want to go into as well, and we have a goal today. So we are going to get you guys on and off really quickly because all of us are running businesses and have lives. So we really want to help make this impactful. But some of the symptoms that you might be experiencing aside from, lead flow, really, like, are you having to go and look for leads? Are they already there waiting? And even if you do have leads, are you having to kind of re-nurture and restart the relationship? That's one system, or one, I keep saying that, right? That's
symptom. You don't have a system.
A few other symptoms might be that, you have these leads, they're going through all of the things. And by the time that you're ready to do the sale, they're not interested, or they are like, who are you? Or they are,
Huge.
yeah, that's very huge. Or you're just like, where do I find these people?
Right. But and on that note of like the people don't remember you, that's a huge sign that you don't have the middle piece of nurturing. So if anybody, who are you again? I mean, if you haven't connected with them and you're not closer to a conversion, there's something wrong. Your sales system doesn't exist.
Yeah. And so here's, some things that people think when you need to make sales. Here are a few lies, myths, whatever you want to call it, that people believe. Okay, if I need to make sales, I need to get onto social media. So I just got to start power posting, and we're all for the power posting. We teach a class called power posting, so we're all for it. But that's not the time. So we always create the action when we need the sale. And really what has to happen is there should have been a system in place. And it's not that it's too late, it's that you need to start it now so that when you do need the sale down the line, it's not something that you're having to start all over again. You're having, all of those things. So that's just something to keep in mind. And we're going to make this very simple for you guys. So we have a little picture for you all today. And this is really the sales system. It's not our normal graphic design, but we thought it was cute. So as you can see right here are the people, right? These are your muses. These are the people in the ocean. And these are really the people who need you. So when you don't do these things, when you don't go out to them, then they're not going to be able to receive the help that they need. So that's really something to start thinking about. We think of sales, and a lot of times it kind of has this car salesman type of vibe. And the reality is that you have something to offer them. You are the answer to the prayer that they've been praying. And so you need to act like it, and you need to kind of respond in accordance to that. So right here is, okay, just making sure you're not seeing everything else that just popped up.
Nope, just a blue dot. That's all we saw.
So here's what happens is we build out these places, right? So we have this boat because, someone told us you should have a boat. And, and then somebody said, like, you should make a house, and there should be a place where people can hang out. And, so if you think about these are all different sections of your sales system. And that boat is really that outbound marketing. So when you first started, you probably went to a BNI meeting, you probably networked, you probably went into the community and passed that, there was something you did to let people know, whether it was an email to all of your friends saying, hey, would you mind sharing this? But you did something that got in front of people or spread the word. That is your
could be ads.
Yep,
yes. So outbound marketing is typically, like you said, networking or the ads, or it's outreach, DM outreach, but you're going to them. So outbound is like you're going out to get the people. You're going to go out to these boats and say, hey, we have some cool stuff over here on this island.
But here's what happened. So you created this, you have the boat, you did it in the beginning of your business, you kind of got comfortable, you're starting to get in leads. And then what happened is you docked your boat. And you started focusing on inbound marketing because that's what everybody says, right? So inbound marketing is this dock, right? So if they come here, there's a dock for them to land at. That's awesome. But a lot of times if they don't come here, if they're so far away in the ocean that they can't really see the dock, maybe they see the land, but they don't see where they're supposed to come onto shore, then they're not going to come. It's going to look impenetrable. Like, I don't know how to do it. Hey, we'll just hang out here and wait for a rescue. And so really inbound marketing is when you're doing social media, when you're creating that blog, but really you have a place for people to land, to find you. But oftentimes we focus so much on inbound and we've forgotten the outbound. They're both equally important. And
yes. And I think that the inbound, the way that I love how Kai explained this in one of our classes was, outbounds, you're going out to them. Inbound is they're stumbling across it, or you've brought them to that item. So if it's a blog or it's social media, I mean, you're very intentionally getting that item in front of them so they know where to come into.
Yeah. But yes, inbound is if you're walking down the right street and you happen to see a store that happens to catch your eye, that is inbound. That is how social media works. So it's not like you're on social media, you post and all billions of people see your post when you post it, right? That's not how it happens. They happen to be scrolling. You happen to be on their feed. That is inbound. Okay. And outbound is you're going out in front of them. So, hey, this is somebody that everybody follows. This is an influencer. This is whatever. I'm going to maybe become friends with them, or I really respect their work. And so maybe I can get them to promote mine, whatever it looks like. But you are getting in front of other audiences somehow and bringing them back to your inbound in some way. That could be your website. That could be whatever it is, right? But we always do this in the beginning, the outbound. And then we stop once we're comfortable and we focus solely on inbound. Now, if you're amazing at inbound, like you get a ton of traffic, great. That's awesome. Okay. But I would say I would never give up my outbound. Right?
Do them both.
Do them both. They go hand in hand. So now you've built your outbound, you bought the boat, you created the deck, right? And you have this lead capture. And so here's what I just want to explain before we kind of go through everything else is you create this lead capture, this freebie, whatever you want to call it, because that's what people told you to do. So you created it, right? Then maybe you are like, okay, I need to have some way to nurture them. Like, whatever
email
that looks
marketing,
like.
It could be your like a weekly show like what we have. It could be anything along that path, but there's a logical path.
Yes. And then you have your conversion sequence, right? Like your CTA that, leads them maybe to a discovery call or a conversation of some kind or a form of some sort, right? So then you have that and maybe you get on the call and either you sell or you don't. But if you sell, now it comes the offer delivery system, right? So they're receiving the offer, they're going. So here's what the big problem is a lot of people, they don't have a system. They have landing points. They have pieces. They have an outbound marketing strategy that maybe they used 20 years ago. They have a dock that is...
It's not even attached to the island.
Yeah, it's not attached. It's just kind of floating around. They have this lead magnet. And oftentimes, I'm going to be very honest with you because this is what we do daily. They don't have a capture system. So they have the lead magnet freebie, but they don't actually have a way to capture information and they're not capturing the right information.
Or they're capturing
have a system behind that capture, right?
Then they capture and then it goes nowhere, or they don't do anything with the data they've collected. And I know I have a couple of people out in the audience right now that you have something, you're getting the contacts, even if it is from a BNI meeting, but you're not doing anything with them.
Yes. And then you have this, right? This beautiful campsite where people, and oftentimes what happens with this is we use our inbound marketing to nurture. We think, okay, people are going to keep coming back. And sometimes that is the case, but there has to be another system as well behind the scenes because you can get drawn out. You can, you know what I mean? You're not going to be seen by every single person. So just keep that in mind.
And it's not a logical flow too. Our social media doesn't always take people on a path because they don't see all of the posts. 4% of any of your audience will see any post at a given time, depending on day and time and the person and what they've engaged with in the last little bit. So you really can't count. You should not count on your social media as being part of your nurture unless you put it in something and send it to them.
Right.
Then it can become part of a nurture sequence. Even then, people won't, open every email or look at every text.
Yes. And so something to consider is you see all of these pieces, and what we're doing is, we say this all the time. If you've ever watched us, we say a lot of us are grabbing these puzzles, like a little piece of a puzzle, one from this box of, a picture of a cat, another puzzle of a clown, we're grabbing all of these little pieces and we're trying to jam it together. So that's the first problem. The second problem is that you see this path right here, this road, we don't build that.
We don't have any road, and then going across to that conversion sequence or even over to the offer, like there's no bridge. It's like we have the road and it ends right there, and we just haven't even helped them to get to the other island.
And so often, because social media is like so many people's like key, like this is where I'm going to get people, which maybe it is true, but so often what happens is you have this inbound marketing strategy, your social media, and like Tessa said, it's floating. So we have met people who have 10,000, 1 million followers. They are not selling. Now their social media is doing amazing. It is on fire, but they aren't selling. So do not let somebody's huge audience make you think that all of a sudden they have a huge income, because that's not always how it works. Like they need to actually tie that dock to the island so that you're not afraid to cross. But oftentimes what they do is they party on the dock, and then they're hoping, well, how come you didn't come all the way over here?
It's
like,
not
I don't understand.
It makes sense to the person. Like, how would I even connect these dots?
And so that is really what your sales system is. This is the same thing. I'm going to blow your minds. As a funnel. Okay.
It is. It's a funnel. A lot of people have they don't understand the funnel concept. And so we did talk about, hey, it's this easy. It is this easy. It's a path. It's a path from starting point to end point with you. So I think it's a lot easier to look at this way, and everything has to connect. So, the road, all of the pieces have to make sense and be logical and follow a clear path for you to get to the sale. So we actually teach this. We actually strategize this with you in our upcoming session. We have a workshop, a doing workshop, not just a webinar. It's not for free. I mean, and this is something we do with our clients, and we built systems like this for, $10,000 clients get this strategy with us. Like we can come and do this with them, but we are offering it for free, and we don't sell anything on the workshop. So come to the workshop. If you have any maybe doubt in your head that you have this in place, then you should come. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now, but it's movetoceo.com/PFL for Power Funnel Lab, completely free and no selling on the session. We are doing in this session, we're implementing. So we do have a call to make sure that this is a good match for you, because we want everyone in the room to be in the same place, right? Kai, how would you describe that? So everyone's kind of
to be at the right place, and we don't want you to waste your time. That's the first thing. But second of all, because this is a strategy that we charge people for, we want to make sure that we are sharing this with the right people who are actually going to show up and be committed. And there is no replay. So it's not like you're like, oh, I'm going to sign up and then I'll get the replay. That's not how it works. So you do have to get on a call with us. No, we do not sell. We're just making sure that we're not wasting your time, and that you're actually committed to doing this in your business. Because that's, when people are brainstorming in breakout rooms or in the session, you want to make sure that everybody is really there. You don't want to
100%.
show up and somebody's like over here typing an email while you're supposed to be having a discussion. They don't know what the discussion was about, so they can't participate. So that's really what this comes down to. So if we're
all helping each other in this, the mastermind environment of being able to do these breakouts and ask opinions. I mean, that's something you don't get in your business. You don't get to ask a lot of questions normally. So this is an extremely effective way, and we've crammed it into 2 days. And so go check out, it's free, go check out the landing page that's in that.
And there's only 2 days left to sign up. So
yes, you've got to sign up
because of the calls. So just one more day left to sign up. And then if not, you'll just have to wait till the next event, which, hey,
Yeah,
we
and
would
this
love to have you at anyway. But if you can get in sooner and start building that system, you can kind of get off the stress train. So just saying.
absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, Kai. I appreciate it. Oh, let's see if I can remove my banner now that I have it. All right. Well, guys, we're here at 10 a.m. Eastern time on every Thursday that we possibly can. We love hanging out in the Women Entrepreneur Network, or sorry, Women Helping Women Network. We're also over on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So you guys can follow us there. And we have tons of advice on specifically sales and marketing funnels, but we are always bringing our best tips and guests and advice. So we'll see you next week. Thank you all so much.
Bye.
Bye.